Hello, this is TC Casanova and welcome to Mind Control in Skyrim. I found this wonderful collection of spells called Immersive Illusion Spells by jayserpa, of course, and one of those happens to be a mind control spell, so I thought it would be rather interesting to see if you could beat Skyrim with just mind control. As you could see there, I decided to roll with the orcs, as their physical bulkiness would help with the challenge of this, being that most of the time I wouldn't be in my own body to defend it, so I needed to rely on their natural strength. And of course you can see me in the console here, adding the spells and the ability to cast them to myself, as mind control is a very high magical ability, as you might have guessed, so it takes a lot of magic. But I will be borrowing this magic from myself, so I'm going to be putting levels into magic, and then I'm going to be choosing magic whenever I level up until I've made it right. So I'm not going to give myself the unnatural advantage of having insane magic from the get-go. I'm going to just keep enough to cast the spell, and then I'm going to earn that magic over time. You may have noticed that my Skyrim looks a little weird. I tried to focus on a mod list that just increases the visual dynamics of what you're going to be looking at for a while, but it's mainly utilizing a lot of blue. There's a lot of blue in this video. You know, the Imperials are going to be blue, the Stormcloaks are going to be red actually, and obviously a very blue world overall. And I thought it would just be an interesting visual change to this. And cutting ahead to my first actual fight, if you could call it my fight, we get to see what combat is going to look like in this challenge, where I take control of enemies and make them into enemies of their allies. And you also get to see how I'm going to end fights a lot of times. I need to get the person I'm controlling to die too. Fortunately, he was here to help me accomplish that goal, but it won't always be that easy. Here you're going to continue to see the pattern of me almost literally fighting against the story, and of course using Rayloft to end this Imperial soldier here. As I begin to enter this little cave of spiders here, I begin to learn that creatures work very oddly when you're using this mod. So it doesn't allow you to directly attack as you would expect. I'm not sure if this is a Skyrim engine limitation or something to do with the mod, but I'm leaning towards an engine limitation. Not to toot my own horn here, but I thought it would be rather humorous to make Rayloft tangle with this bear right here, because I knew that he just wouldn't comment on it. It would just keep walking as if nothing happened, and I was happy to find out that I was right. This is also when I decided to test if me controlling an NPC can go through load doors. And it seems like that is an astounding no, so if that is the answer you came to this video for, then feel free to click off. So here's a mistake I might correct if I'm gonna go back into this run and continue. Choosing the Mage Stone was not a good idea considering how fast my magical skills are gonna level up, considering this is a master level illusion spell. So it was on theme, but I honestly should have went with the Thief Stone. It would have been a better choice overall for the longevity of this run. And of course, just some more wolf on the road antics of me and Rayloff on the road here. So this specific wolf has actually been the bane of many of my challenge runs, so it was quite satisfying to take control of him and just move him out of my way and put him somewhere that won't be good for his health. Of course, this is the one time where there's not a singular person walking around Riverwood. Alright, so here we move on to the giant boss fight with the companions, that little thing that you're supposed to help them out with where they insult you. So I got to join in on the fight and battle them as the giant, so I was basically helping the giant, so I was doing more than usual to be not helpful to them, and they still sing me praises here for it. So this is a little sneak preview of another challenge video that I'm going to be working on soon. This is of course another Pokemon in Skyrim type video, so look forward to that. This one works very interestingly. Here of course you can see me perusing the spells of this mod. I find some very interesting ones that could also be ripe for a challenge video if you wanted to see me try any of them. Although they don't really seem to have the same potential as this mod to actually be a winnable game state as far as all the, the points where you can't progress in a Skyrim challenge video. All of the best hunters in Tamriel don't want you to know this simple trick. Another satisfying moment, of course. This animal cruelty would have PETA jealous of the scale of just insult to injury here. Mother Nature herself spawns a wolf just right in front of my face to punish me for how wrong that was to do, and of course I don't heed that warning. Combo! So here the real raid begins on the way to start the main quest. This really showcases just how bad third-person ranged combat is gonna be with this mod. So I'm sure you could make that lore friendly to it, like you can't control their aim or whatever, but you really gotta get up and personal with that bow, and that really defeats the whole purpose, doesn't it? They also just sometimes refuse to fight back because they're still in like looking for you mode, even though they're still actively engaging with combat. It doesn't always happen, so I'm not sure what causes it to happen or not. So here's a clearer clip of that opening intro fight scene, and it's showcasing how I have to kind of strategize the way I aim as these characters. And overall it makes fighting really unique. It's almost like you're piloting a mech. As the breach continues, I sneak up and go to finish off the last one, and I think you guys will really appreciate the style that I finished this guy off in. And you can also see me showcasing this blue sparkly blood. I thought it would just be part of the fun blue style that I was going for, I guess. You can even see here that I wanted to see if I could spot where they ended up after this finisher. It doesn't seem like I could. So continuing the attack on Bleak Falls Barrow here. These would have been good bandits for me to save for something a little later. I'm sure you know something that's difficult about challenge mods, and if not, I'll go over it when we get there. You can even see here that it seems like I was trying to do that. It seems like I was attempting to save the NPC for what I needed him for, but I didn't succeed in that, and you'll see why. Ooh. No, I'm just kidding. I forgot how far I got him into there, so I was actually like scared walking through there that I was gonna get jumped by 2 bandits with only able to control one of them. If you were to ever do this challenge for any reason, this is probably the last NPC that you would want to save for the goals of this video. He's scripted to die to this poison trap, as I'm sure you're aware, but I ended up not being able to resist the temptation of giving him a very stupid death. Fun fact, when I was a kid playing Skyrim, I didn't do the main quest because I got stuck here. I could not figure out this puzzle for the life of me when I was young. I just sat in here for like probably hours of my life, if not more, just trying to do this so I could like see the story of Skyrim. Okay, so I'm not even sure if I can reasonably say how annoying it is to try to control skeevers. I feel like skeevers are like one of the only creatures that has like an in-game method of controlling them. I think it's cut content, I'm not sure. But they're just beyond annoying to play as. They don't work for combat. I don't know if it's just this mod or just how they are, but yeah, it is not good. It's not good at all. That being said, the way they run is amazing. I don't know why this is the Skeever running animation, but it is insane. They're going to town. They're going crazy. But again, we hit this wall, literally, because most non-damaging attacks or non-direct attacks can't break through this wall here. This is the main point where challenge videos of mine end, because they just wouldn't be able to get through here, and you can be like technical and say like you can use weapons to break this, or you can do something to glitch through it. You can do all sorts of workarounds, but if you do too many workarounds, these challenge videos kind of just become, with enough force, can you beat everybody? And it's just not the challenge video that I was going for. So I'm gonna do something here that's gonna emulate if I had left the NPCs alive. I'm not gonna use the console. I'm just gonna go get someone for help. Hey Savan, you're totally my favorite. I definitely choose you over Fendel every time. Hey, you wanna come help me with something real quick? I kinda need you for something real quick. So now that I have my host with me, I'm gonna use him to defeat these skeevers before he does it on his own, and I feel like that would kind of like defeat the point of this video, so I don't want him to kill them. I don't want it to be follower damages plus the mod. So I tried to get him before he would do that for me. They also have like a little taste of their combat AI, so luckily they kind of switch weapons when they would when you were fighting them or when they're naturally fighting, which is really beneficial, and I love that that is a thing, because you don't have access to their inventory, so you can't make them switch these things. So it's really fun that it still keeps it like that. So it was time for me to ditch him so he wouldn't like actually help me in a fight or whatnot. I just didn't want to be constantly monitoring him and controlling him like that. I wanted this to be more about controlling the enemies, not just having a follower with extra steps. So I decided to ditch him, but I found out the hard way that a lot of times some of the dialogue with the people that you mind control breaks. So I wasn't able to get my stuff back that I gave him for the adventure here. So I kind of paid him to host my my soul for a little bit, so I guess that's fair. So here's where a bandit from earlier would have been really helpful. I wasn't going to use Saven any more than I had to, but having anyone to fight the spider would have been really nice. That scared the shit out of me. So at this point, I really needed the spider to kill the Draugr, because this spell can be made to control the dead and undead and Daedra and robots and anything like that. But it's not at that point right now. I need to really level up my illusion to do that first. So I was relying on this spider to help me get past some of these Draugr. Whenever the spider is like twitching, that's me trying to hit the attack triggers, but it seems like that didn't really do anything. I kind of just have to like hit the enemy in a way that makes it attack me, so that way my host AI decides to fight back kind of automatically. It's bizarre. It's hard to fight like this. So of course the giant wounded frostbite spider demands more sacrifice, so I happily oblige. By the way, if you're enjoying any of this chill kind of music that's playing in the background here, I got all of it from Chill Hop. So I can provide a list of the songs I used in the description if I remember, and if I don't remember, comment this timestamp and say you forgot and I'll make that list. I promise. I'm fairly certain whatever I just did to this spider, like, violates the Geneva Convention. This was terrible. I no longer could help him. He was, not able to be helped. So with that spider gone and my ADHD flaring up, I decided to go out and get my illusion spells leveled up so I could actually just straight up control the Draugr in there. So we're gonna see some of the chaos I accidentally caused while trying to increase my illusion. This is by far not the most efficient illusion leveling. If you have any tips or tricks for doing that, feel free to comment them below, but yeah, I just got so distracted. I'm probably gonna have some timestamps and chapters set up so you can skip back ahead to the challenge if you want, but I'm sure you wouldn't mind seeing some of the chaos that mind control can cause upon the inhabitants of Skyrim. You can very quickly see how easy it is to fold under any sort of godly power in Skyrim. This is why I try to restrict myself from cheating and all the sort of console commands and just being overpowered in general, because I have no self-control. As soon as I had the ability to just torment these people with these godly powers, I just went in there and went after them. You can actually kind of see the evil thoughts forming in my head as I manipulate these characters around. You see the moment where I decide to do this before it happens. Now, in my defense, I wasn't thinking that this would kill him, even though I should have known that based on earlier. But that definitely doesn't excuse what I do after either. So yeah, this is definitely the certified makings of a monster here. I got the bloodlust and I instantly went after everybody. You gotta listen to me, Jarl. It was funny, okay? I don't regret it, because look how funny it is. It is really funny though. All these guards don't give a crap because they hear these guards just jumping off the mountain and falling to their death, and he just keeps grinding that until he goes too. At this point, I'm just fully feral. I'm basically when you join the companions and you do your little wolf hunting in the city. Like, I'm just off the deep end here. Like, I don't even remember any of this. I must have blacked out. Okay, so this guy had no reason to die. And I don't mean like morally, none of them had reasons to die. This is all terrible actions, but I don't know why he died. Like, he should have just got up like other people do when they fall in here. Every good video has to have the way Nazeem dies in it, so yeah, this is gonna be how Nazeem dies, and it's gonna be by his own hands in a sense. Obviously, I go and loot the keys to his non-existent manor. His mansion that definitely has trust, bro. Here's gonna be the accidental makings of the most interesting bar fight you're ever gonna see. So obviously, Mikhail gets it first, because, you know how loved he is by everyone around. It's really funny that the braggart Mikhail is gonna be, singing about Ragnar the Red right up until the point where he attacks the two strongest motherfuckers in the room. For some reason, the guards join in and decide to defend Mikhail's honor here, so that leads to this fight escalating much further. So yeah, Sanguine is like way too strong to mind control right now, so I'm gonna have to find more interesting ways to get him involved in this chaos. Sanguine instantly folds over like zero pressure and reveals that he summons Daedra and has insane magical capabilities. Like, a guard like hit him once and he summons the entire demon force. I was definitely causing chaos and being evil to everybody, but I just had to take in everything that just happened. Like, I got Sanguine to attack, and he summons, like, Daedra and kills off every guard that came in here to defend people from, killing Mikael, and, yeah, it was just a lot that happened in, like, 20 seconds. That, however, did nothing to stop me from raising the stakes yet again. But I think bro just kind of like sat there and gave up and took it because he realized what just happened to the Legion of Guards. So he's just like, I'll let that Daedra hit me till they're bored, I guess. I decided to instead get someone who's not afraid to finish off an opponent. So let's see if she has more bravery against him. And now we see why it was safer bet to just stand down. So she just kind of ran in here, and my fight or flight made me want her to try to attack too. So if, like, no word, she just came in to replace the storekeep that died, like, seconds ago. Like, she just came in the middle of a fight to, like, replace the storekeep, because somehow she got word of this. Somehow the word got out. Like, with no questions asked, she just ran back there like it was nothing. After getting hit with a guy who's summoning Daedra, and she just comes up here and like, yeah, you want to rent a room here? No? So of course she has to learn the responsibilities of the storekeep. She has to defend her place from this new threat that was already in the building when she acquired it. So she's gonna have to take care of this problem too. Of course, for like divine witch magic or something, she stays alive. So I think this proves that she betrayed her people there, and yeah, she's guilty. Look, it's like the witch trial. She's still walking into a wall after death, so clearly she was a witch the whole time. And yes, I know that's not the controversy. Nobody was asking if she was a witch. It's pretty normal to be a witch, but this proves that she betrayed her people to the Falmer. I'm pretty sure it would be admissible in court. Little side note, does anyone know what this dialogue is from? Why is she saying this to me? I don't know what she's saying about a mess I got her into, and when I say I'll get her out, I get a bounty? I have no idea what this is from. I've never seen this dialogue before. Yeah, so anyways, back to the challenge run. All that time actually did pay off. I did get the spell to be able to affect the undead, making this dungeon a lot easier for me to manage. So, at least something about that was important. And welcome back if you skipped ahead to get back to the challenge. You missed the craziest bar fight, but anyway. So, Draugr are straight up wacky to control. They're not really like regular NPCs. They have weird idling and weird animation. So they feel really bizarre to do combat with. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I expected with this little maneuver. You can't really interact with anything as an NPC. It just doesn't do anything. So I don't know if I was trying to turn off the lever here, or try to hit the fire that was way too above me to hit. Can you imagine waking up like this? Must be bizarre to the Draugr. I don't know what they think is going on. This is another Mirax situation. They're betrayed right now. They don't even know I'm here. This is how they're waking up. Here's another trick I picked up from one of my Skyrim Pokemon videos. You can see that below, probably. But yeah, you can also use these spells to interact with the world, as far as like objects that when you hit them with a force, they fall down, like these little fireballs here. I absolutely love hitting with the death stairs trick. Just flinging them down some stairs always succeeds in winning a fight. Why make you fight each other when I can make you fight gravity, right? Absolute Skyrim noob forgets that there's not more Draugr in these ones as well. I really thought there was, but yeah, there was not in those ones. It must have been some other dungeon I'm remembering. Yeah, get to the stairs. You're going down the stairs. Now, as much as this room is demanding for it based on the layout, I don't think I actually killed anyone with gravity in this room. This is all just pure, like, running up there and just smacking the shit out of them. This is actually the most whiffed aiming I've ever done with anything. Like, if it didn't just collide with me in the wall, it would have definitely, like, not hit him. It would have hit the wall, too. So this is just the worst shot ever, but it leads to this satisfying kill down here, so that's pretty cool. Still completely accidental, though. I really wanted the gravity kill in this room, and I just did not get it. The room said environmental kills only, and I just had to take it. Yeah, final boss time. Yeah, this guy's gonna be a real challenge, right? Yeah? This guy didn't wake up in a room full of tall stairs and deep drops, right? Right. Honestly, the hardest part of this battle is fighting his idling. He was really putting all his willpower into not going up these stairs. He knew what was about to happen. I went up to the highest point in these stairs and, well. So yeah, you can definitely beat Bleak Falls Barrow with mind control only. You can probably do it a little easier than how it was for me if you were good at gaming like I'm not. But yeah, you could use the bandits to destroy that environment without getting a follower. But you will need the perk to control the undead, otherwise you're not going to be able to beat the Draugr Overlord and get the Dragonstone. But I'm sure you can get through most of this challenge. There's one other point of contention that we might see later. But let me know if you want to see more of this. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, thanks for watching. If we could beat Bleak Falls Barrow with just mind control. And I'll see you later.